Have you ever stopped to consider the massive toll petrol and diesel engines take on our environment? Indeed, these conventional engines, the heart of our cars, have been with us for over a century. Yet, they are far from perfect. They gulp down gallons of fossil fuels, belching out harmful carbon emissions that contribute to global warming. The environmental impact is stark: air pollution, climate change, and a depleting ozone layer, to name just a few. The urgency for change in the automotive industry is palpable. We've made strides with electric vehicles, but they aren't the sole solution. Their dependence on electricity, often generated from fossil fuels, and the environmental cost of battery production and disposal continue to pose challenges. So we find ourselves at a crossroads, looking for a sustainable alternative that can drive us into a cleaner, greener future. But what if there was a cleaner, more efficient alternative to these engines? Enter hydrogen fuel cells. Hydrogen fuel cells, a term you may have heard but perhaps not fully understood. So let's break it down a bit. Picture a sandwich where the bread represents two electrodes, an anode and a cathode, and the filling is an electrolyte. This is the basic structure of a fuel cell. Now imagine feeding this sandwich hydrogen on the anode side and oxygen on the cathode side. The hydrogen atom, being the social butterfly it is, immediately wants to join the oxygen party on the other side. But alas, our electrolyte filling is a strict bouncer, only allowing the positively charged proton part of the hydrogen to pass through. This leaves the electron, the negative part, to take a detour, creating an electrical current on its way to the oxygen reunion. And voila, you've got electricity! But wait, there's more. After their grand reunion at the cathode side, the hydrogen and oxygen form a byproduct: water. Yes, that's right, water. The only emission from this process is something that's safe enough to drink. Now, hydrogen fuel cells aren't just theoretical models sitting in a lab. They're here, they're now, and they're being put to work in a range of industries. They're powering buildings, buses, boats, and yes, even cars. In the automotive world, hydrogen fuel cells are being hailed as a promising alternative to traditional internal combustion engines. They offer the potential for vehicles that are not only more efficient but also environmentally friendly. With hydrogen as a fuel source, cars can run longer distances without the need for charging, unlike their electric counterparts. And did we mention the only emission is water? But don't let the simplicity of the process fool you. The technology behind these fuel cells is anything but simple. It's the result of years of research, development, and engineering prowess. Now you might be wondering, how exactly does this work in a car? Well, let's dive a little deeper. In the heart of a car powered by a hydrogen fuel cell, there's a fascinating process unfolding. Let's take a peek under the hood, shall we? Imagine this. You've got a tank full of hydrogen gas in your vehicle. As you press down on the accelerator, hydrogen from the tank is fed into the fuel cell stack. Here's where the magic happens. The hydrogen gas enters the anode. That's the positive side of the fuel cell. At the anode, a catalyst, often made of platinum, causes the hydrogen molecules to split into electrons and protons. The electrons are channeled through a circuit, creating an electric current that powers the motor of the vehicle. Meanwhile, the protons pass through a membrane to reach the cathode, the negative side of the fuel cell. At the same time, oxygen from the air is introduced to the cathode. Here, the oxygen, protons, and electrons combine to form water, which is then released from the vehicle as exhaust. So to put it simply, a hydrogen fuel cell car is powered by an electrochemical reaction. It converts chemical energy from hydrogen into mechanical energy, which then powers the electric motor, driving the vehicle. What's particularly fascinating about this process is that it's incredibly efficient. Unlike a traditional combustion engine, which loses energy in the form of heat, a fuel cell converts more of the fuel's energy directly into power. Plus, the only byproduct of this process is water. That's right. No harmful emissions, no greenhouse gases, just good old H2O. And here's the cherry on top. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe. It can be produced from a variety of sources, including natural gas, biomass, and even water itself, making it a potentially limitless source of clean energy. Impressive, right? But the benefits of hydrogen fuel cells don't end there. We've talked about how hydrogen fuel cells work, but what is their true potential in the automotive industry? Let's delve into that. Hydrogen fuel cells bring a whole new level of efficiency to the automotive table. Unlike traditional combustion engines, which max out at around 30% efficiency, hydrogen fuel cells can reach up to 60%. That's double the bang for your buck from the same amount of fuel. But it's not just about efficiency. Sustainability is also a significant factor. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe, so we're not likely to run out anytime soon. Plus, the production of hydrogen fuel can be powered by renewable energy sources, making the whole process sustainable from start to finish. Now, let's talk emissions. When you hear about car emissions, you probably think of harmful gases like carbon dioxide and nitrogen oxides. But with hydrogen fuel cells, the only byproduct is water vapor. Yes, you heard that right, water vapor. No harmful gases, just good old H2O. Imagine a future where our roads are dominated by hydrogen-powered vehicles. We'd have efficient, sustainable cars that only emit water vapor. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? But this dream could become a reality sooner than you think. The potential of hydrogen fuel cells in the automotive industry is immense, and the journey towards a cleaner, greener future is already underway. So there you have it, a glimpse into the future of automotive engines. We've taken a deep dive into the potential of hydrogen fuel cells, a game-changing technology that could revolutionize the way we drive. With zero emissions and increased efficiency, this could be the key to a cleaner, greener future. If you enjoyed this video, do consider subscribing to our channel, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. Together we can drive towards a cleaner, greener future.